Hello everyone and welcome back to Don't Be Bored. Today I'm here with another list of games that you should be checking out at UK Games Expo. These are games that I can recommend to you to go and try. Maybe I've already reviewed them or had a chance to play them at previous conventions such as Essen Spiel. Let's jump into the list. These games are in no order, but first of all, Tangram City, a really pleasant tile placement game. Not everything's are squares in this game, as some of the pieces have little triangle sections on them. Now, what makes this game, this polyomino sort of almost city building-y sort of game different, is that you've got two things that you're trying to balance. You're trying to balance the houses and the greenery of your Tangram City. And that's a really interesting thing to do, because if you can do it, you can score a load of bonus points as a result. Of course, you're still trying to do the normal polyomino placement stuff as you're building out your city, underlined by this balancing the two colours. And it looks really pleasant on the table in front of you, so I can definitely recommend you giving a go of Tangram City. Next up we have Star Wars Unlimited. If you've seen some stuff on the channel about it recently, you'll know I'm rather enjoying the game. This is a new sort of collectible card game from Fantasy Flight Games, but you don't necessarily need to do all of that. You can just get the two-player starter set, which has Vader versus Luke. And what's it all about? Well, you're deploying units to the ground, deploying space units, you're deploying your leader at some point onto the battlefield, and you're trying to hit down your opponent's units, play amazing events and upgrades, and take out their base. It's full of awesome cards and powers, and you'll be able to go and try the game at UK Games Expo. I think this is like one of the first expos that's happened since the game's release, certainly the first one in the UK, so go enjoy that and try and give it a go and see if it would be an experience you want to get into. I've got to recommend going and trying Unmatched. It's one of my favourite games, and there's going to be a number of sets there. If you want that sort of the new stuff, that new one-on-one combat game, well, try the Sun's Origin box. That's going to be at UK Games Expo. Well, if you fancy something where you're working together but still have that cool card-based gameplay of Unmatched, Tales to Amaze is also going to be at the show. This is going to be a sort of amazing, fantastic way of getting into Unmatched with your friends against Mothman or the aliens. It's going to be a great time to go and play it and, well, potentially add it to your collection at UK Games Expo. Next up we have Forks 2nd edition, which is a sort of auction-y game where you're set collecting. There is a review on the channel if you want full details, but this is a really small card game that is over super quickly. Each round you're effectively going to be choosing some cards to keep, but also some cards to go into the middle, and that's almost more important, because the cards you put into the middle, they determine how things are going to score at the end of the game. If it's the best three, the highest three in the middle, they're going to score you points. If you've sort of stashed away some cards from the lower three that didn't get much put into the middle, they're going to lose you those points. It's super fast, and actually when you're playing it you can really see how you can impact things. It's a really cool one. That's Forks 2nd edition, and like I say, you want to go and find out more, hit the review on the channel for that. Next up from Van Ryder Games, who are maybe known more for sort of Final Girl, is Garden Guests. Now, I would, like in my review that I said about this, I'd almost recommend it mostly if you go and play it with teams. So you maybe, if you're a group of 4, want to go and play this and have sort of 2v2. It's a fantastic game where you're normally working with a teammate, but you can be actually doing it solo and being a team on your own sort of thing. You're trying to sort of cut across the board, sort of make this network by playing cards, securing locations, linking them up, and, well, linking them up better, faster than your opponents. A really cool little game. Like I would recommend it. The teams version, you may or may not be able to do that at the event, but go and take a look at Garden Guests, and there's also a review on the channel for that one. One of the standout picks of mine from Essen Spiel is going to be at UK Games Expo, and that's Kiral The Jewel. Now, I'm not entirely sure how much you'll be able to demo this one. I know it will be at least purchasable at the event, but this tiny little sort of wallety sort of pouch game, it's a really small number of cards that you're using, and it's just this samurai fight. And you're playing a card that, if you're in the right stance, you're going to be attacking 2 spots away on this sort of almost fencing sort of scale, as you're going backwards and forwards, lunging forward, stabbing to the side and things like that, just from these few cards that you've got. You kind of get this sort of really back and forth samurai thing where it's 2 hits and you've lost. It's really good. That's Kiri-ai The Jewel. Very much would recommend it. I've even taught this one to someone who, while we were playing the second game of it, was getting it online and purchasing it. That's how much that person enjoyed it, which is, that's always a great sign for a game. But yeah, Kiral The Jewel will be at UK Games Expo. And like I said, it was one of my highlights of Essen Spiel. And last but not least, well, there's always some fun games at Helvetique, and one we've enjoyed recently here was Odin. This is a really lightweight, very good for families, that sort of thing, or if you're looking for a really short 15-minute fun, fillery sort of game. You are, from your hand of cards, trying to play a set of cards of the same colour or the same number to basically one up, or at least be bigger than, the number in the middle. So let's say the number 21 has been played into the middle, and you look at your cards, you could play the 55 of 2 different colours, but maybe you've got 2 greens that could be 71. So you play those, and the next person is then trying to beat that. The twist is, when you do beat something, you have to take a card from the middle back into your hand, and that is just making it sort of interesting choices of, maybe I pass because those cards in the middle are going to be useless to me, and then it resets nicely now and again because no one can beat that. Okay, we put all those cards off to the side and start from a really low number again. And it's those timings and stuff in Odin that just make it a little bit of fun. Very easy, like I say, super easy to play. Nice fun card game with a cute Viking-y sort of colourful look to it, and that's from Helvetique, that will also be at UK Games Expo. And that wraps up the list. Some great games that I've played, enjoyed, and can recommend you giving it a go for the first time at UK Games Expo. And if you want to know some other games, the ones I'm excited to look forward to, I've made another list. They're games that I've not played, but they look good. I'm excited for myself to play those. And well, let us know in the comments section below, what is your favourite game from this list? What game should I have put on this list that I should be recommending? Maybe I've not played it, but either way, let us know in the comments section below, and enjoy your UK Games Expo visit.